Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. 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 Yeah, I just wanna be.
What is going on, and welcome to the One Pride Podcast. We talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors, and we have a fun time doing so. That's what this show is all about, and boy, oh boy, it's going to be a good one. Just got off a conversation with Herman Moore right before I got live, and we got some good content coming up here. Ideas was spit, and it's going to be some fire stuff for sure. Who's in the building? We got Man Bear Pig, Vash Starwin, Matter Mudlow, Holding, Can Man, 9 Drinks, King Leo, Detroit Lions, Jonathan Atten, LFG, my guy at Raw Podcast. What is up, and welcome to the Detroit Lions. Mike G, jokes so don't get fined. Hey, Mike G in the building. He's an absolute G. A lone wolf, thank you for coming in here for this show. Saturday is the game. Preseason Week 2 Detroit Lions, Jacksonville Jaguars just announced. Lions starters will not be playing in this game. No Jared Goff, no first-string offense. That's not happening on Saturday. So we get to watch Teddy Bridgewater. We get to watch some of the players that we need to see. Probably not Jameson Williams, just because he had a hamstring injury. So we wanted to see him. Don't know, if it's going to happen. It's still a question mark from what I'm hearing. Don't really know. But we get to see the backups again. Can the offensive linemen separate themselves? Teddy Bridgewater. He obviously can separate himself from Nate Sudfeld. The competition continues going on right there. Running back position. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 running backs going for it. Wide receiver position. You got everybody go right now. Chase Cota. You got Maurice Alexander. Antoine Green. You got Dylan Drummond. And I destroyed his name, and everyone's going to say you destroyed it. There's a lot of competition going on. We get to watch Jack Campbell again and again and again. And it's important to watch Jack Campbell. And again. JMO is out the rest of the preseason. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I just got on here. So then Jameson Williams, we'll see him week 7. We will see him week 7 if that is the case. And if that's the truth, that's great. Look, if he's got a hamstring injury, you don't want to force anything. I know he needs the reps, but we also don't need a ripped hamstring or anything that's really going to affect him for the NFL season. Preseason, we wanted to get him those reps, but at the end of the day, you do got to take care of your health first. 72 in the building, 25 likes. Let's get to 50 likes. That's 25 more. Very, very possible we can get to that. All you got to do is hit the like button. What do you think of JMO? Got that in the question right there. I got to do something really. This thing drives me nuts. I got a monitor, and it's been messing up on me big time. And so when it messes up, it's messing up what I see there. What do I think of Jameson Williams? Well, I think Jameson Williams is yet to be seen. I'm not a hater, not a lover. He's got to get better catching the football. That's the number one thing. Like the social media issues and all that, I don't care about. It's about catching the football and making plays on the field. That's the only thing I care about for Jameson Williams. And unfortunately, with the hamstring issue, we're not going to be able to see that. And that's unfortunate. He's not going to get the reps. He's got to catch the football not with his chest, but with his hands. That's extremely important. That's the number one job of a wide receiver. And I don't want to get into it, but there's going to be a video dropped on Lions Nation Unite tomorrow. It's going to explain a little bit about that, and it's not going to be from me. It's going to be from somebody who has done it at an extremely high level. Where does Chase Cota stand? The speed he displays running with Mo Alexander, his touchdown was blazing. Chase Lucas. I think, to me, Chase Lucas, this is not them. This is not the coaching staff. This is Mike's staff. I think Chase Lucas should be ahead of Will Harris. That is my opinion. I think he's got a higher ceiling. Now, he's done some good and he's done some bad, but we know he has a higher ceiling. So that's where I stand with him. I couldn't tell you. Somehow Will Harris has landed on this roster for years and has not been let go. So I don't know what they view. If they still are in love with this guy, I don't get it, but that's where I stand with that. Lions and Jacksonville Jaguars are facing off, and there's actually a lot that we need to watch in this up-and-coming game and in training camp that's been taking place. First off, Jacksonville Jaguars reporters are kind of doing some fake news here. So yesterday they were reporting that the Lions got smoked. It's not the case at all. It was a 50-50. There was some good, some bad from both teams, and they're saying that they won the day. So if you're getting hit up by a bunch of Jacksonville Jaguar fans, I'm sorry to tell you, but it was 50-50. It was a draw, if you ask me, from what was taking place on the field. And I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. The Lions were missing quite a bit of their big weapons on offense. When you don't have Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's a big part of the Lions' offense. He is such a huge piece. So, look, there is going to be a good game on Saturday. And we got to see the physicality. The Jacksonville Jaguars is a playoff football team. They're a good football team. We want to see our ones go against their ones. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that. We need to see our twos then go against their twos. Fortunately, we are going to see that. We just don't know how long we're going to see that. The offensive line, second string, is where my eyes are looking right now. And Teddy Bridgewater, those two. This is important because the defensive line of Jacksonville is deep. They got a good depth chart. And if we get beat up again, like we did versus the Giants with our second strings, not our first strings, folks, there's going to be a problem because we need to get that thing figured out. Colby Sorsdale, he's a rook. You don't want to see him out there and play because he's a rook. But right now, obviously, is the highest ceiling, I feel like, of the backups, whether position he gets. Graham Glasgow, I do think that Big V is going to win that right guard position, and it'll make Graham Glasgow a backup, and he'll be an excellent backup. He can do right guard, he can do center, probably do left guard as well. The problem here is, the biggest problem, is we have no swing backup tackle. That is a problem. Matt Nelson is terrible. He has shown he is unable to be a backup tackle. So if you lose a Penei Sewell or a Taylor Decker, that's going to hurt the Lions for this year. So we need to be able to find that in this game and against the Carolina Panthers. Somebody has got to wake up. And thankfully, we are going against a good team. That's what I want to see is good team versus good team. I don't want to see the Lions face the Cardinals in preseason. No, I want them to face the Jacksonville Jaguars. I want them to face a team that won their division. That's what you want to see. Huge. And obviously avoiding injuries in preseason is and I don't want to see injuries for any team unless you're Aaron Rodgers. That's a little bit different, even though he's not a Green Bay Packer anymore. I'm still not a big fan of him. And because you watch Hard Knocks and it is just nothing about Aaron Rodgers. I watched 2 episodes and I can't watch another one. It's just a suck fest for Aaron Rodgers. Everything is about Aaron Rodgers. My God. Do they not have anything else over there? So I'm going to look for that. I want to see, like you're saying, you said Chase Lucas. I want to see who is going to be able to take up probably that final spot for the corner position. That's really important as well because, again, I'm not a fan of Will Harris. Sterling Thomas, to me, has the ability to secure a spot if he comes out and has another game like this. And same with Chase Lucas, and it would finally end the Will Harris era in Detroit. I have nothing against the guy, but he has shown nothing that he has a high upside. What's going on, Lisa? Welcome in here. So I want to see those two come out and show a little bit of something. The wide receivers, man, from what I'm hearing, and Marvin Jones Jr. has not done a lot in camp at all. The only really standouts you're seeing is St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, and now we've seen Chase Cota, and he has shown well in preseason. I do like that. Antoine Green, I want to see those two really go head-to-head here. I want to see one of these guys stand out because we need to have a young receiver that can kind of break expectations and help this wide receiver room out a little bit more. It's really important that we get that. We've seen, again, amon-ra St. Brown went down with an injury and the offense hurts significantly. So we need to have some individuals in there that we can rely on at wide receiver 5 and 6. Trinity Benson, I got no hate towards the guy. I think he's practice squad material. Don't think he's making the team. Howdy, Anthony. Hashtag the real Ant-Man. Yes, Anthony. Let's see, I follow Arizona close. Lucas is growing into being a good person. Or Arizona State, sorry. Wish JMO would be influenced. Wish that would be the case, huh? Freaking sweet avatar, by the way. Sweet avatar. Lot to look forward to in this game. Special teams, Romo and Riley Patterson. Who's going to step up? It's been evenly not great in camp when it comes to these kickers. Last week they're both 1 for 1. I'd like to see a couple more field goals in this game. Even if you're wanting to get a touchdown, I get it, but we need to know who's going to be a field goal kicker, so I'm going to want to see a couple field goals in this game. Someone's got to pan out because we need to have this position locked down for the season. The last thing that we want is the Lions to lose a freaking game by a field goal. And that is the absolute worst feeling that there is. Or, like we've seen before, you win a game by a field goal. That's the greatest feeling in the world. So we need to get that. Thoughts on Mims? I've heard absolutely nothing on Mims. He had a great second day of practice, and then it's been dead silent on Mims. Nothing is going on there with the guy. Not looking good. Look, if he's not showing out, then give it to Antoine Green. He showed out. He showed something. But Mims right now is the speed for the replacement of Jameson Williams for the first 6 games. He is. I think he does make the team, for at least for the first 6 games. But I haven't heard anything on the guy. Someone has got to break out. Do we think we should get a new kicker? No, not right now, no. I don't think we should get a new kicker. Let the battle play out. We're a team that goes for it on 4th down quite a bit. And I have a feeling if we're at the 35-yard line and it's 4th and 2, they're not going to kick a field goal anyways. So, look, if you can just get a kicker that can get it done between the 30s and above, I'm good. I don't think we should get another kicker unless they start to fall off a cliff. Then you got to be able to make a change. I don't care that he's got to show something. He's got to show something. Mims has got to show something. Injuries, it's just like right now with Jameson Williams. If he wasn't suspended, I'd be a little irritated about his injury right now because the best ability is availability. These guys got to be able to be on the field. We got to be able to have these guys out there. I think Mims will be cut. I don't think initially he's going to get cut. I think he's going to be the replacement for Jameson Williams' speed. That's probably but when maybe JMO comes back, that's when he gets cut. But I'm going to tell you what, personally, I don't care about I don't care about just speed. I want the best receivers on this game. And if it is a Chase Cota, if it is Antoine Green. I'll take the upside over than just the speed splash. Because ultimately, we need to have game players that catch the football and make plays on the field, not on the sideline. We've seen too much sideline. Didn't Big V once play tackle? He did, David, and it was a terrible disaster. He was not good at tackle. But he's been really good at the guard position, and he's just been injured. And it's same with him. Like, he's been healthy this training camp. Best ability is availability. He's got to stay healthy. I think he will win the right guard position unless he gets injured. And that's good for the Lions' offensive line, but he's got to stay healthy. We can't do this injury stuff anymore. We just can't do it for any of the players. Also, we get to watch Julian Okwara. And this is an interesting case because Jeff Risden was talking, and he believes that very well Julian Okwara could be traded. And if that's the case, the best we want to see is Julian Okwara continue to get those sacks. And maybe they can get a tackle, right, or something like that. But that's what his personal belief is. Look, if Julian Okwara is balling out, I don't want to just trade him for nothing because maybe he's finally made that jump. I want to have the best 53. It's a difficult decision here because before that game, he was on the outs looking in. Now I feel like, whoa, like 3 sacks? Yeah, is he the best run stopper? No. But damn, 3 sacks in a game's pretty good, and it was against second and third strings, but that's all he was out there for. So let's see him do it again versus a Jacksonville Jaguars team. And if he does good, do they look to trade him potentially for a player or some sort of draft capital? I don't know on this one. I don't know. But that's what his belief system is, and he's in the know more than I'm in the know. Do you think that Hendon Hooker will be our future quarterback? Hashtag smash the hole. Thank you for hashtag smash the hole. I don't know. If Jared Goff comes out and balls, he's going to get a contract extension, and then no. If Jared Goff comes out and falls, then potentially, yeah. So it's really on Jared Goff. And I think Jared Goff will be fine this year. I have no issue with... I'm not a lover nor hater of Jared Goff. I just want the team to win in the best 53, the best quarterback at position. That's all I want. So it's up to Jared Goff for Hendon Hooker. But Hendon Hooker's got a lot of promise to his game. He's accurate. He's mobile. He's a leader. He's 25/young/ a little bit older for a rookie, but he has a lot of promise as well. So it's up to Jared Goff if that is the case. Do you think that the Lions is going to keep Chase Lucas, Afutu Melfon, Will Harris is worthless, Trinity Benson, Jamar Jefferson? Do we have backups for Frank Ragnow? Let's go through each one here. Lions, Chase Lucas. I think he squeaks in over Will Harris. Afutu Melfon, I don't have making the roster. Will Harris, I hope he doesn't make the roster. I think I got Chase Lucas ahead of him. Trinity Benson, practice squad. Jamar Jefferson, practice squad. Backup for Frank Ragnow will be Graham Glasgow, in my opinion. He played center in Denver. He did it here. I think he's not going to win the right guard position. He'll be a damn good backup for Frank Ragnow. I think that is an excellent question that you had there. How long is St. Brown out for? Look, if it was a game day, he would play on Sunday. They're being precautious. It's nothing serious. They're not playing any of the starters, so maybe a couple practices, but they're just being precautious. It's nothing serious with St. Brown. Nothing serious at all. Our offensive line depth is scary. 6 great guys, then cheeks. What could we do to help? You're right. It's some good players, and then there's cheeks. You got to throw Graham Glasgow in there as a good player. He's not obviously, I don't think he's going to be a starter, but he'll be a backup. I think he's good there. I think Sorsdale's a good player you develop, and we got no backup for tackle. If you think that Matt Nelson's going to be the backup, we're in a world of hurt. So what do we do for that? I think you wait for other teams to cut players, potentially pick one up, or you flip a player for a backup. Like if you're going to release a Julian Okwara, if he's not, I'm just using his name, not saying that this is going to be the player. But you have a player who's number 54, like a Julian Okwara, and another team has got an offensive lineman that's their number 54. You just swap players. And I think that's something they could do, something like that. Very well. We've seen it. Teams do that type of stuff all the time. Goff's deep ball and under pressure play is really bad. Yeah, he's under pressure. He's not the greatest quarterback, that's for sure. But thankfully, we got a great starting offensive line where he doesn't need to run around or do any of that. He's not going to have a lot of pressure unless we start getting some injuries. Then we're going to be in a world of hurt. The receiving core is a bit lackluster outside of St. Brown. What do you think, Mike? I think Khalif Raymond's good. You got to put him in there. I really like Khalif Raymond. Khalif Raymond is a really good wide receiver. Now, he's small, but who cares? He catches everything. He's good in the slot. He's good on the outside, and he's good in the deep. Khalif Raymond's awesome. I think he is our number 2. If I look at it right now, just looking at what we got, even Jameson Williams, I'm going to put Khalif Raymond ahead of him right now. You got Jamo injured and suspended. Jamo's got to earn those reps. He's got to earn catching the football. That is it. That's all I want to see from Jameson Williams. Josh Reynolds looks like he's taken a step back, but Jared Goff trusts him. Marvin Jones Jr. has taken 2 step backs. 2 step back. That's a problem. But I like what I saw from Antoine Green. He showed speed getting open. I really liked it. Now, I think he had like 2 catches, but they were really good. So I want to see Chase Lucas and Antoine Green. Drummond in there as well. You can throw him in the mix. So we'll see. Mims hasn't really shown anything yet. But let's keep it 100. We don't need to have the best receiver core in the NFL. Why do I say that? Jahmyr Gibbs, James Mitchell, Sam Laporta, they're going to be used as wide receivers as well. Quite a bit. So you don't need to have a dynamic wide receiver core, and we're going to run the football. So I'm okay with the wide receivers, but we're talking about trying to get the best 53, and so I want these guys to battle it out. I want the best. What's your thoughts on Kirby Joseph? Pro Bowl. That's what I think he's going to be this year. Kirby Joseph, he may be my favorite player in this football team. He is a phenomenal player. He's going to roam around and get a lot of interceptions back there. Starter, Pro Bowler, and one of the best draft picks we've had, especially in the middle rounds in a while. I loved him coming out of college. I loved him last year, and I love him this year. Kirby Joseph is absolutely awesome. Mike, do you care about other Detroit sports teams or just Lions? I'm a Lions fan. I do watch other sports. I do watch baseball, so I root for the Tigers for sure. I'm a college Oregon Ducks, but that's not obviously a Michigan team or a Detroit team. I do root for Michigan as well. I root for them. Let's see. Hi, I am me. Hey, Mike, do you think the Lions running back duo has potential to be the best in the league? I don't think it's going to be potentially the best in the league. I think it'd be a top 10 running back duo in the NFL. We don't need to be we're not a run-first team that's just going to sit there and just run it down your throat. Okay, we're not Saquon Barkley and whoever their backup is. We're not going to be the Atlanta Falcons with Bijan Robinson. We're not going to be the San Francisco 49ers or the Cleveland Browns. We're not that football team. But yeah, I think it's top 10 for sure, and I like it. I like it a lot. I feel like Thomas is our 4th best cornerback, but does he have the highest upside? He has an undrafted rookie. Yeah, he's got a higher upside. If you're to ask me right now, and let's do a real quick poll in the comment section. Who would you rather have? Put S for Sterling or put W for Will Harris? Right now in the comment section, S's or W's? I think there's 189 of us in the building right now. I have a feeling 99 out of 100 is going to say S. So he has a higher upside. He is something that is developing right now. Will Harris is done developing, in my opinion. There's no more to get higher for him. So if you're asking me, absolutely, I'm going to go with S. S, 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 S. And you're all fans and see it. S. Everybody right now, it's 100% S. Starling, not Sterling. I destroyed names. S. 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 All S's. L. Anyone other than Will Harris. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put we've seen it as Lions fans. We've been watching this guy for years, and we know what his ceiling is. Yes, he can play safety. Yes, he can play cornerback, but he's not good at it. Just because you can do it doesn't make you good at it. So I will take Thomas over Harris. Chase Lucas, last year, drafted. If I do this in the comment section, if I put C for Chase and put W for Will, I think I'll see a bunch of C's in there because he's younger. He's still got a chance to develop. Will Harris, we've been here forever. We've seen it. We've had enough of it. Okay? He may be a great guy. He may be awesome. I don't care about that. I only care about play on the field right now. That is it. And I'm sorry. I've seen the ceiling of this guy, and it's not good. It's been the same for years. We know exactly what we got. Just because you've been here for years, it doesn't mean you're better here. So, and it's not a hate for the guy. If he listens to this and he hears it, it's not hate against you at all. I'm sure you're an awesome human being. I could never play in the NFL. You got way more talented than me, but we need to have the most talented 53-man roster in this football team. And I would rather take a potential at an undrafted guy that showed signs of being pretty damn good. Look at Jerry Jacobs, undrafted. He's already ascended past a lot of these folks. Let's go ahead and do it again. And C's across the board. Already seeing it right now. So, yeah, he says, I don't like Chase Lucas, but he better than Harris. Hey, that's all we ask, right? Like, you cut to the best 53. You know, he may not be someone you like. There may be a player who makes the 53 that I think is not that great, who's young. But guess what? At least he's young, and you can see maybe he has a development. Can James Mitchell be elite? You know what? I think he can. I don't know about, like, elite, what you mean, like a top 10 tight end. I'm not going to say that at all because he's a number 2 tight end here for Detroit. But he can be a damn good difference maker for the Lions. Hell yeah. I mean, we seen it last Friday. That guy was looking good. James Mitchell, by far, was the best tight end on the field on Friday over Sam Laporta, over Brock Wright. James Mitchell was looking damn good. He was looking really good. And remember, last year, he fell to the 5th round. He should have been a 3rd-round pick due to the injury. Brad Holmes said, you know what? We're going to draft this guy. We're going to let him rest and develop. Guess what happened? He has developed, and he looks good out there. So I think we got a really good tight end group. And again, that does help out the lack of depth at wide receiver because Jared Goff does dump the football off, and that's not a knock on him. That's just what he's good at. Like, he's able to find the open guy, and then the guy can make the play. So he dumps it off to a James Mitchell. James Mitchell can go make a play. So I like it. James Mitchell looked damn good. I don't think he had a single drop last week. He looked fast. He looked very concise in his route running. He caught the football in space. I like what I saw from James Mitchell for a tight end. And Brent says he could be the offensive breakout player. He very well could. That 100%. If he does that again on Saturday, you know, we're going to have to do a video about James Mitchell because he was looking pretty damn good. And I was very impressed with his jump from last year to this year. Because even when he was healthy last year, you didn't really see anything from him. But you've seen quite a bit from him on Friday. It was like, whoo, he really stuck out, like, pretty good. Yeah, it's against backups, but remember, James Mitchell is a backup. He's not a number 1 tight end. So, and he beat the starters for the Giants, their 2. So it's a good sign. Do you think that we need to take a big-time trade soon? No, I don't. I'm not a big proponent of taking a big trade. I don't want to lose draft capital. Here's my thing, folks. We have to trust the process of the draft. We have to trust Brad Holmes' ability to find talent. And if you can find talent in the draft, you're going to be a great team, not just for 1 year, but for many years. Los Angeles Rams took a chance. They made some big trades, and it worked out for them for the Super Bowl. But if, generally speaking, the odds of it working out is unlikely to win a Super Bowl. Now they're a bad team, right? Like Los Angeles Rams were bad last year. They don't have draft picks, all of that. Wouldn't you rather just sit back and let Brad Holmes find your studs? He's done it. I mean, if you look at all the players whom he drafted and picked up as undrafted rookies, is phenomenal. Sit back, let Brad Holmes cook. All the people crapped on Brad Holmes for getting Jahmyr Gibbs and getting Jack Campbell. Jahmyr Gibbs looked like he could be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jack Campbell looks like he could be Defensive Rookie of the Year. So I trust Brad Holmes. In Brad Holmes, I trust. And then you get Brian Branch, who in the second round, I don't know how the hell this guy fell the second round, and he's going to make a significant impact for the Lions. Then you got Broderick Martin, who looked pretty damn good. James Mitchell last year. Like, you just look upon this team, he has made this team so damn good. So if you make a big trade, you're probably getting up draft picks, significant amount. And I would rather not do that. I would rather not do that. That's my personal thing. That's mine. Go Lions. This type of year, Derek Barnes put it together, and he is putting it together. He is absolutely putting it together right now. In the development, okay, I got to ask you a question. All these old Lions fans in here, we're talking 50s plus. Do you remember a time where we drafted a player and we developed that player to be a stud? Or do you remember when we drafted a talented player and that's the heights they get to? This is the first time that I can remember that we are actually developing talent whom we drafted, and they get better with the coaching staff. That is a testament to Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, all of the coaches on this football team, that they're developing these players and they're getting better, like Shepard with these linebackers, coaching up Derek Barnes and Malcolm Rodriguez. Coaching these players up. The development is absolutely amazing right now. You got Dr. Detroit saying Benny Blades. That's a long freaking time ago, folks. That means it's been a while. Spielman, long time ago. That's a long time ago. So now we're seeing the Lions draft players and develop them, and they're getting better, just like Derek Barnes. You know, shout out to Derek Barnes for really understanding that he needed to elevate his game to make this roster. That's what I love seeing. Shout out to Levi Onwuzurike, who knew this is a pivotal year for him. He may not make the football team, but he's giving him his effort is 110%. They're developing and they're fighting. The coaching is getting everything they can out of these guys. That's what you want to see. You got a GM who can draft the talent, and you got a coaching staff that can develop the talent and put the product on the field that makes the fans feel like we got a winning team. Folks, we got 218 in the building with 62 likes. Let's get to 75 likes. The goal is to 100. We get to 100, we do an ultra combo. We don't get to 100, we get a combo breaker. We like Campbell, not sure things people are saying. I love Campbell. And I you know what? I don't give a damn what anyone thinks about Jack Campbell or Dan Campbell outside of Detroit. This is my team, my coach. And I support every player on this football team to be great, and I think they will be great. It would be a mistake to cut Levi. Look, he is on the bubble. Let's make no mistake about it. With that said, He's way ahead where I thought he would be. If he comes in and he performs well again on Saturday, maybe he'll have an opportunity with the 2s. He was more with the 3s and later. I would like to see him put in there and go against a better level of competition. I want him so bad. I think everybody in Detroit wants Levi Onwuzurike to succeed. This guy, what happened to him is not his fault with his spine surgery. I'm going to make this very clear. When I said Levi Onwuzurike, it's not a bad at him. I had a spinal fusion just like him. The difficulty of coming out of something like that is immense. This guy he said, you know what? I'm fighting for my career. And he's fighting his ass off. And I'm sure he's going through pain. I'm sure he's sore as hell. But he's fighting his ass off. And that is a testament to his character. I love his character. Levi, every Lions fan that I know is rooting for you to succeed. We want you so bad to succeed. So just keep fighting. Keep doing what you're doing. If you progress, you're going to be a big part of this rotation for the defensive line. We all are rooting for you, man. And nobody blames you for the injury. We need you to succeed, my guy. I think everybody is. He needs to prove himself more. He absolutely does. His effort, he's already proved it to me. Levi's effort, he's proved it to me. He's got a phenomenal work ethic. He just needs to get better at his game. He needs to improve his game. That's not work ethic. That's just him being a gamer. So, for sure. I've been saying 13-4 forever, but all I want to see is 14-3. And that would be a difficulty to get that. But I tell you what, if they got 13-3 or 14 or 13-4 and 14-3, I'd be ecstatic. I'm going to go with 11 wins. That's what I think they can get. I do think that, you know, it's not just because we're a good team doesn't mean we're going to go out there and blow everyone apart. There's going to be points in time in this season where we'll lose a game, and like last year we lost to Carolina Panthers, and it was a bloody loss, and we got our butts handed to. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But good teams lose. Kansas City loses, so we'll see out there. What do you think the defensive line consists of this year? Hashtag Barry Sanders, no Barry Bonds. I think you're going to see a lot of rotation for both edge and interior, except for Aidan Hutchinson. You'll see him out there. Lee McNeil, you'll see him out there all the time. I think those guys are going to be pretty much consistent. Charles Harris probably a little bit more. But obviously you got Joshua Pascal. He's going to be in there. John Kaminsky, who's been outstanding. You're going to see these guys coming in and out. And you'll see Broderick Martin come in there. I think he'll be slowly implemented, and he'll get more snaps as the year go along. But a lot of rotation. It kind of reminds me of what we had with Jim Schwartz back in 2010 era, where the defensive line was just consistently kind of rotating when you had Ndamukong Suh as a rookie, and same with 2011. A lot of rotation, and that's my prefer style for a defensive line. I like the guys to be not worn out in the fourth quarter. So I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see rotation. I think that's really important. We got 11-6, 11-6, 11-6, 11 by my guy Man Bear Pig, plus 10-7, 19-1 the Super Bowl. Always a 20-0 homer. That's okay. Who starts at linebacker? Alex Anzalone start at linebacker, and Jack Campbell will start at linebacker. And Derek Barnes for week 1. That's what I got. Not for Saturday. It'll be Derek Barnes and Jack Campbell. But week 1, I think you'll see Alex Anzalone. You'll see Jack Campbell. And you're going to see Derek Barnes come in and out because he has done a pretty damn good job. And he has the opportunity now to get those snaps. But let's make no mistake about it. Jack Campbell's a stud. You cannot leave this guy on the sideline. He needs to be out there. Jack Campbell has the instincts, the presence, the size, the speed, the tackling ability. He's a damn good linebacker. This linebacking room is much better with his addition and the development of Derek Barnes. And we already know we got Malcolm Rodriguez. So I'm happy with the linebackers for this football team. They've done a good job in developing. Shepard, damn good linebacker coach. I'm happy. We got 234 in the built-in. 13 more likes to an Ultra Combo. I think it can happen. Guys, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get to an Ultra Combo. If we can get to an ultra combo within 1 minute, I think that's a record because that would be 41 minutes into the broadcast. That would be outstanding. I may be on, no, I will not be on the huge show tomorrow or Saturday. It would be generally Friday. So maybe during the season, we'll have an opportunity again to be on the huge show. So if you're West Michigan, you can hear me on the radio. I did it last week. Really cool. Get ready for that. Herman Moore is going to be dropping daily videos on Lions Nation Unite. I literally got off the phone with him 2 minutes before I went live. We talked for about a half an hour, and so get ready for that. And we're going to be doing Q&A on there weekly, video weekly, and we got something in the works that's going to be freaking epic, and I will be a mediator. That's all I can say, and it's going to be freaking epic. We got 110 likes in here. Let's go.
Oh, my God.
You know what it means? It means
Ultra Combo! Combo Breaker!
when I'm beating with Jago, it's a
Ultra Combo! Combo Breaker!
love it. Combo breaker. Thank you so much, guys. We got to 110 likes with your help. It happened. That is a record. I don't think I've ever gotten to past 100 likes with 40 minutes in. Generally, it's like a last-minute thing, so you guys did it. Thank you. Also, I do an Ultra Combo with Orchid. I love Orchid.
Ultra Combo Breaker!
How, man, did you go to Hall? I did not go into Holland High School. I went to West Ottawa High School. I was West Ottawa, and then you had Kirk Cousins, who was at Holland Christian at the time. So that was the school I was at, and that was the school that he was at. Let's see. Who do you think shines in Week 1 at Chiefs? Living in Kansas City makes me throw my Megatron jersey on and show up at Arrowhead. Hunter, we talked about this player earlier. I think he could shine, and he would be a player whom we may not expect. James Mitchell. Watch for James Mitchell, because I don't think Kansas City, they're going to be focused on St. Brown. I think they'll probably get on Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs. Watch James Mitchell to come out and get some catches. Kind of be that Brock Wright that was Brock Wright last year. James Mitchell looked damn good on Friday, and he could be a sneaky player in this game. Sneaky, sneaky player. So that is a player, I'll say, is for an underrated breakout player. Underrated. We all could say Gibbs. I've seen that for sure, right? 100%. Watch for James Mitchell. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky player. How much yards do you think St. Brown will have and touchdown passes for Goff for this whole year or one game? Year, 1,100 yards, maybe 6 touchdowns. I think that's in there for him. The reason I don't do more yards is because he does look elsewhere. I mean, this is a offense with multiple weapons. Jared Goff targets more than one person. That's what he does. So he's not a guy that's like Stafford who will just target one player like a Cooper Kupp or a Megatron. He targets multiple players for sure. $2 super chat. Do you think we upset the Chiefs? Thank you so much, AR Arg Adventures. Yes, I got the Lions winning this game. I think Detroit can upset them. I don't think nobody's expecting it. A lot of people think it's automatic win for Kansas City Chiefs. But you got to remember, you got Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell. You don't think they're already prepping for this game? This game is exactly what they've been prepping for a while. AG prepping for this game. AG and these guys are focused on this game. Make no freaking mistake about it. When they're not doing their practices, they're talking about this game. And I think they're going to throw the kitchen sink, everything they got at the Kansas City Chiefs. Special plays, trick plays, run, pass. We're going to get blitzes. Kirby Joseph flying over the field. Brian Branch flying over the field. C.J. Gardner-Johnson as well. Think you're going to see some stuff. And with the defensive backs that we got, I think they're going to probably have a little bit more DBs out there instead of linebacker. Maybe they'll have, I think Brian Branch is going to be a big impact in that game. He's going to be played and utilized in that game quite a bit. And watch watch for the Lions to throw kitchen sinks. I do got the Lions winning this game just because everybody thinks we can't. Bro, I was at Zeeland High School when Cousins was at Holland Christian. Oh, so you're same age as me generally. Yep. Yeah, man, I was at I was dating a girl at Holland Christian, and so we'd go see the games and stuff like that. So when I was at West Ottawa. So, yeah, he grew up right there with us. He went to the Christian school, and I just went to West Ottawa, just a couple miles away. Let's see. Gibbs is going to be a problem for Kansas City. He is going to be a problem, and we've seen he's a problem for the Giants, and I think we're going to see he's a problem for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The guy knows how to catch a football, turn and run, and he can run the football. The problem is we can't really judge him. We can't judge some of these running backs right now because they got the backup offensive line in, and I really wish they would put the starters in just to kind of see who's Snell, Mo Ibrahim, Jermar Jefferson. I want to see these guys behind an offensive line, but unfortunately we can't see it, so it's hard to judge the running backs with this bad backup offensive line, but I think he'll run perfectly fine. Just make sure Matt Nelson's not a tackle. Good God. You see Matt Nelson get trucked and then just take Jahmyr Gibbs down for a 2-yard loss? Holy smokes, man. He was getting trucked 24/7. I was born in Oregon, Liam, and I born in Oregon, moved to Michigan, moved back to Oregon, moved back to Michigan. So that's where I became a Duck fan. So in Oregon, if you don't know, they don't have an NFL team. So they're Ducks is their NFL team. Like everybody's a Duck fan. They got all the jerseys and stuff. It's huge over there. And that's kind of how it happened. Let's see. I'm losing. Their OC means less 2 Ws at least. 23-24 NFL Chiefs. So you got a really close game. Probably a last-minute field goal or something like that right there. Oh, that would be a tough loss. God dang. To lose by 1 point. I like to see the Lions' defense will dominate this year. I don't know if they continue to play like they played last week, and this was the backups, and you fully expect Aidan Hutchinson to be better than all these other guys, and Charles Harris to be pretty damn good, and linebackers and secondary, they have a chance to be better than even what I think. I was very shocked on this defensive line Friday, and in a great way. They were absolutely dominant upon the line of scrimmage. They were winning at nearly every single snap. And when you have a defensive line that can wreak havoc like that, and if that's how the starters play against other team starters, the Lions defense can take a significant jump. Maybe I was underselling it. But if they come in here and they do that against starters, the Lions defense can be top 10. Anytime you're getting pressure like that, where the quarterback is consistently running, and you're getting pressure in the middle, and we've seen that too, the quarterback is going to have to throw the ball earlier, or take a sack, or take a hit. And that really makes your defense, everything tees off from there. Everything tees off from there. In the run stopping got much improved. They look much better on Friday than I seen last year. Really good. Then you had linebackers that actually tackle. They're getting in the holes, in the gaps, tackling. So, my goodness. So maybe I undersold it. But we got to see consistent. I want to see just consistency. Could have been a product of the Giants' offensive line. It very well could be. Guess what? The Jacksonville Jaguars are a better team. I think they're a pretty good team. If they do it again versus Jacksonville, my woo arrow is going up. Because then you're showing consistency. Then you're showing that this is not an anomaly. Okay, Jacksonville is a playoff team. They'll more than likely win their division. And they can win playoff games, okay? They're a pretty good team. They're not the Jacksonville Jaguars of old. They're not garbage football team. They got great depth on that team. Great depth. Top down. Jacksonville's a good football team. So if the Lions can put the type of pressure on there, I don't know if their Jacksonville starters are playing or not. To me, that's pretty much irrelevant. It's a good thing. And that means it's like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, right? This is what I'm looking for, consistency from all of the players for the Lions. And they were They looked damn good. Like, the defense looked so much improved. They looked... How many times did we see the defense look lost? You want to know? There's only a handful of times. It was Will Harris, and there was one bad play that Levi did, in which he's generally kind of like a rookie, right? He hasn't really played, so you're going to expect that. That's really it. The new guys that we've had in there, the Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, the defensive line, even Thomas and some of these young they were looking good. It's like, holy crap. So, they get it. These young players get it. Oregon here. PDX are a lifelong Duck fan. We are coming real. Hey, let's go, Tony. Hey, we coming. We are coming. I love it, man. I'm loving it. Tony, me and you are a rarity. We're probably like the only Ducks fans in here. You know what? I thought about starting a Ducks channel. I talked to Chat Sports about it. I said, would you guys let me start a Ducks channel? Talk Oregon Ducks, because I am a Duck fan. I didn't do it yet. Maybe I will do it. That'd be interesting. Talk some Oregon Ducks. But the problem is you're already super busy with the NFL. Like, when the NFL season going on, I'm working 6 days a week. If I'm doing Ducks, it would be 7 days a week, and then you just get extremely exhausted and tired. Because it's a long season for both squads. So I thought about it. We'll see. We'll see. Chase Lucas is the new Will Harris. I don't think Chase Lucas is the new Will Harris. He's younger. Is he great right now? No, he's not. But at least we're talking about a guy who is in his second year right now. So at least he has an upside. Will Harris is a complete veteran. We've seen everything from him. I haven't seen everything from Chase Lucas. Maybe he is a dud. Maybe he is a new Will Harris, right? But then we can deal with that next year. But right now, we don't know his full ceiling. We know the full ceiling of Will Harris. Do I have high hopes Chase Lucas is going to be this great, phenomenal player? No. You were talking about a late round draft pick. But at least we can see something. We know, right? He's not butt cheeks 24/7. There is Will Harris is just butt cheeks. Hey, let's keep it 100. He's shown nothing. Nothing on the field that I would say this guy is got a great future ahead of him for Detroit. Shouts to the person from Portland. Yeah, amazing city. Yeah, I live 30 minutes from Portland. I lived in Gladstone, Oregon, Clackamas County. That's where I'm born. So 30 minutes from Portland, kind of like here to GR. Let's see. Laporta, Mitchell, and Jahmyr Biggs rolls the passing game. Yeah, for sure. And I love the underrated guys that no one's talking about, like the Brock Wrights, the James Mitchells. These guys are contributors. They're not as talented, right, as Jahmyr Gibbs or St. Brown or Jared Goff or this offensive line, but they're damn good contributors who will get you those first downs. So important to this offense. So important to this depth. So important. Laporta's going to get injured sometime this year, right, James? These players are going to get injured, and you want these depth players to be able to come in, and it's kind of seamless. I think that's what we got right now. I think our depth is so damn good, besides offensive line, that it's going to seem seamless. Teddy Bridgewater is much better than Nate Sudfeld. Is he better than Jared Goff? Absolutely not. Nope. Not. But he's one of the best backups in the NFL. He's up there. What's your thoughts on RB3? Craig Reynolds is RB3. I think that's pretty much a lock. Who's going to be RB4? I don't know. Snell has an opportunity. Jamar has an opportunity. Mo has an opportunity. Jason has an opportunity. We don't know until we see it. Right now I have Snell ahead from last week, but it could switch. Maybe he falls off a little bit and Mo comes up. This is the whole point for, these preseason games to see. But I got Craig Reynolds as number 3. It's a lock. I do feel like Jason Cabinda is on the outside looking in right now. I do feel Jamar is on the outside looking in. I think Snell could take that final spot. And Mo, those two are kind of battling it out. But that's personally what I got. Don the Goat Burr. Don is a real one. This dude goes up to all the chat sports channels and lets them know the One Pride is for real. And I appreciate that. Don's a real one. He goes at these guys hard. I laugh. Harrison Graham, yeah. Everybody knows Don the Goat Burr. He says, don't say a player will get injured. We might get him. Great luck. I don't want, but it's going to happen. I mean, it's a 17-game season, then you got the playoffs, so it's for sure going to happen. What's going on with St. Brown and Williams? St. Brown, nothing big. It was just a little bit of an ankle. If it was a game played on Sunday, he would play. They're being precautious. We know we got from St. Brown. No reason for him to practice if he's dinged up at all. No reason to have in a preseason game. We know we got them. Okay? We know we got them. Jameson Williams, different. Hamstring. And it's not looking good for him to play in preseason. So we may have to wait till week 7 to see him. And that sucks because he needs to get those reps. But again, if he's injured, there's nothing you can do about it. But the best ability is availability, man. You got to be able to stay healthy. And there's a couple things that irritate me. It's not really off-field stuff. It's staying healthy and catching a goddamn football. Okay? You got to stay healthy. You cannot have players consistently injured 24/7. Like, holy crap. Get on the field. You went to the same high school as your baby's mama. Dixie Normus, is she my age? If she is, maybe you can hit me on the side and let me know. Maybe I know who she is. I don't know. Let's see. Great name, by the way. Absolutely great name. I think Mish just got choked. Another missed game. Let's see. So I don't remember the start. Rivalry. What's going on? Radon, no Mike. Harrington from Times, Billboard, NFL bust. Ouch. Hey, Mike, my name says it all. Mike, your intro is too short. I appreciate, Mike, your intro is too short. I do appreciate it. It is not the longest intro in the world, considering the fact it's not an intro. It is not an intro. It's just so people can get in here and get ready. Because I don't want to start talking when there's only 3 people in here. Something like that. I want to be able to have at least 20, 30 people in here before I start talking. Let's see. Does anyone think the same Jameson issue is inexperience developing NFL-sized quarterbacks like Goff or Sudfeld? The arc of the throws is nothing alike. 5'10" guy, 6'6", big change. I don't think that has anything to do with it because Teddy Bridgewater was throwing him the passes. He was catching it. And Teddy Bridgewater is not a 5'10" guy. He's not small. I don't think that's an issue there. Folks, we've been on for almost an hour, and it's this time to say goodbye. We will be live Saturday, 12:30. Get ready for that. Lions versus Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll do a video right after that, be about 15 minutes after. Post-game show on Lions Nation Unite, where we're going to talk Detroit Lions. Herm should be able to get on there because it's not late at night, so we'll have his perspective, what's going on. Expect the Lions Nation Unite, him to have a video uploaded tomorrow. He's making a video today. He sent it to me, and I'm going to edit it, upload it for you guys, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. We talked about it. It is a touchy subject. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a touchy video, and he's going to give his raw opinion on it. And I can't wait. I think this video is going to be hitting the pride of Detroit. I think it's going to be hitting the Lions, Lions wire. I think there's going to be some people talking about it because he's talking about a touchy subject, and I'm real excited to see this in the reaction from the fan base from somebody that played at a high level. With that said, folks, adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great.